KC Protoss Trio.
법이 없습니다. 임정현 선수만큼은 흔들리지 않는 상태에서 이영호 선수와 더불어서 팀을 책임져야 되는 이런 중요한 숙제를 갖고 있는 선수가 바로 임정현 선수입니다.
그럼요. 자, 라이벌 대결에서 마지막 전반전 가져갈 수 있을까요?
It is going to be Bisu.
그리고 나와서 이기는 거보로 오늘 박완규 씨도 현장에 오신 거 아니겠습니까? 김태경 선수의 승리에 누가
김태경.
있을 분이 바로 박완규 씨고 박완규 씨의 응원을 받으니까
Yeah, rocker guys, Bisu fan. Still wearing his shades indoors like a boss.
오늘 저그를 만났다라는 점 믿을만 하죠. 예, 김태경 선수의 저그전은 명불허전입니다.
Alright, Bisu PVZ to close out the brutal best of 3. I like it. I like it. Good times. Crazy-Hydra is also really good, so this should be awesome. Alright, according to Kiet, this is Bisu's first PVZ in over 3 months. Haha. Man, my VLC stream is way behind. I'm like looking at the other stream, they're already in the game. Alright. Set number 3. Crazy-Hydra fighting! Oh man, Bisu could be in a lot of trouble here, alright? Because first of all, okay, so Bisu's weakness is the Hydralisk, right? And this guy's freaking got Hydra in his ID. And we're on Ground Zero, which is like a good map for Hydra busting / Ling run bys. Ugh. The gods, they are working against Bisu. Anyway, these will be the red Protoss at the top left. Crazy-Hydra will be the yellow Zerg at the bottom right. That guy's from France, and yet he can write Korean. Clearly a poser. Fake Frenchie. Anyway, apparently, Bisu is 2-0 lifetime against Crazy-Hydra. I think that's what that stat just said. And oh, look at this! Look at this one base play from Bisu. And we're dead. I have the other stream open, but I don't want to bring it on because it's like a minute ahead. So if I bring on the other stream, we'll like jump a minute into the future. We'll have to do that if this stream dies. That'll be quite funny. Maybe I should just switch now before anything happens. The other stream seems to be more reliable. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Can we buffer into the future? Alright, I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Because every time I switch streams, things break, so. Yeah, it looks like it's just 1 gate so far. Oh, no gas though. Uh-oh, he just went 2 gate. Uh-oh, Bisu! Bisu, really? 10-12 gating? 10-12 gating in a PVZ? Are you serious? You think you're Jangby or something? You're trying to use bad builds? This actually is a bad build, by the way. I'm not even. This is not even me being, you know, me being a jerk anymore. Like when oh, dude, Bisu, what? What is this? 2007? Actually, wait, no. When did Bisu play that finals against he who shall not be named? I mean, Bisu is the reason. Oh shit! All right, other stream. Bisu is like the freaking reason that nobody does this shit anymore, alright? People used to go 10-12 gate in this matchup all the time, and it was terrible. Okay, and then Bisu came along and was like, actually, you guys don't have to be bad anymore. You can actually play PVZ now. And people were like, oh my god, Bisu, thank you so much! And now he's doing this build. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Anyway, so He's got 3 zealots over here. He's going to run behind the mineral line here. That's going to be a really annoying position for Crazy-Hydra. But the thing is, there's no gap in that mineral line, so he can't even hit probes from the other side. I don't even know if a probe can shoot across there. Sometimes you can get really funny mineral lines where like probes can actually shoot across. Whoa! What the hell? Bisu, what was that? What was that? And he's expanding behind it, but Crazy-Hydra's going for the counterattack. This is so horrible here. Oh man, I mean, it was cross map already, so that was bad for Bisu to try and attack like that, but... Oh my god, Bisu. Alright, you still got a Zealot back there. But these Lings that are counterattacking are going to be super annoying. Actually, no, they're going to go back and intercept the Zealots. I don't know what made Bisu think you needed to do this. I mean... Okay, he's getting a Forge now. I think Crazy-Hydra can actually just mass Ling and kill him right now. He did get a gas, but he's not mining it. I think Crazy-Hydra just mined enough gas. Oh no, actually, he just finished, but he'll mine enough gas for Ling speed and shut down that expansion and then do whatever he wants. This is like really bad. I mean, he made a couple of small micro mistakes there, like letting that one Zealot run out and die to the Sunken. And he did get a little bit unfortunate in the spawning locations, but to be honest, you know, doing a 10-12 game in this day and age is, if you lose, like, you can only blame yourself. I mean, okay, so to be fair, Jangbi did use a 10-12 gate against Zero in their OSL semifinal, and of course he got crushed. But see, for him, he said that in the first 3 games, he chose drastically different strategies in all 3 just to kind of confuse Zero and, you know, really make him think hard. So it was like more of a psychological tactic rather than actually just using a build. But in this case, you know, it's a best of 1, so it doesn't really make much sense. Now the thing is though, okay, so Bisu has kind of established a wall at his natural. The Zerglings can no longer go in here, and Crazy-Hydra did invest in a lot of Zerglings. So now that Bisu's actually got this wall off, you know, he's actually not in a bad position. I actually thought that he wouldn't be able to hold this natural. I thought the Lings would just run in and take it down, but actually, since they haven't, making all those Lings significantly hurt Crazy-Hydra, because obviously those Lings could have been drones. So yeah, this is actually not necessarily even the best position for Crazy-Hydra, surprisingly enough. Bisu gonna now go into a Stargate and get a second cannon there at his natural. I'm not really sure about that Stargate placement. I think he probably built it there because there's a Zergling running around in his base and he doesn't want it to scout it. But the thing is, there's an Overlord by his natural as well. So if that Overlord just goes up a tiny bit, he'll see the Stargate anyway. And it looks like the Ling actually will see the cybernetics for spinning. So Crazy-Hydra, I mean, he's definitely going to assume that this is in fact +1 stairs coming out. I mean, it could kind of be a Dragoon bust-ish thing, but it's not very likely, especially because he didn't see that many gateways in the main. So, a couple of Zealots running out here. Bisu just trying to do something with these, and this is actually a mistake by Bisu, although I can't really fault him for it. I don't think he actually realized how many Zerglings Crazy-Hydra made, because if Crazy-Hydra didn't actually make enough Zerglings, then these, you know, little Zealot runarounds could be quite effective. But Crazy-Hydra just has so many things on the map that he can just kill it easy peasy. And this is actually kind of, you know, reducing the impact of Crazy-Hydra's mistake earlier, which was to make too many Zerglings, I guess, if that makes sense. Because, you know, he didn't actually need those Zerglings just now since he couldn't break the front. But then since Bisu moved out and he got to kill all those Zealots, then it actually made them worth it. And we do have a Spire already up, so he can make some Scourge to take that Corsair down. He does have a Hydra Den as well as a 3rd base / 5th hatchery at the mineral only there. So I don't really think he's... Well, I was going to say I don't think he's going to go Mutas, but he is mining a 2nd gas right now, so you could certainly go for Mutas. Even though he has that mineral only, to be mining that 2nd gas already. I mean, the thing is, it's hard for me to say because, I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm a genius at builds normally, and in this case, it's such a weird opening, unorthodox opening, that I just have no sense of the timings anymore. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm completely lost. Somebody help. Where's KC? KC's in the chat. Say intelligent things in the chat, and I'll read them, and then I'll pretend that I thought of them. Come on, go. Anyway. Corsair. Oh, doing the juking. He's juking and jiving. Oh, Scourge are pretty dumb. Oh, yeah. Scourge are pretty dumb. And there are 3 Corsairs. That's actually a lot of cannons here. Look at this. Bisu was actually worried about Mutas from Crazy-Hydra. He made 2 cannons in the main, 3, an extra cannon in the natural mineral line. And actually, now that I look at that cannon placement, now the second cannon that he built at his wall makes so much more sense. Because at first I was like, that's a random ass cannon placement. But actually, what it does is it defends both the wall and also his natural mineral line. That is actually a fantastic cannon placement. Good job, Bisu. Good job. Anyway, he's moving out with some Zealots now. He's got to stop throwing away these Zealots. Alright, he's got speed. He's got no +1. Could you imagine if he kept all the earlier Zealots alive, though? He'd have so many more that he'd be running out with. He does still have quite a few, though. It's quite a few Zealots. His Corsairs aren't moving out with the Force, though. I'm not sure why. He's just going for that standard Corsair speed lot mid-game shenanigans. And oh, here we go. The Zealots running in. Zealots running in. Crazy-Hydra kind of got caught taking a bit of a greedy 4th base there at the 3 o'clock. The Hydra's going to do okay here. There are enough Hydras actually to ward away the Zealots, even without that much micro there. For a second, it looked like the Zealots might win there, but a few reinforcing Hydras come down, so Bisu is going to get pushed back. He's at 80 supply now against 63 supply Zerg. So still looks like it's despite that opening, it's gone into a fairly even mid game. And DT is going to see this 4th base here. The Corsairs coming in now. They're going to kill the Overlord. There are no drones there. Only 1 drone died, and it's not really worth the DT's time to take down the Hydras. Yeah, tried to sneak around, hide in the corner, but Overlord does come over and take that down. Meanwhile, the Corsairs is going to go fly around, try and pick off as many Overlords as they can. Crazy-Hydra got to be careful, got to position his Hydralisks well to keep his Overlords protected, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. So he's defended this quite nicely. Now a bunch of Zealots are going to move out, but once you get into once you get basically a critical number of Hydralisks, Zealots become increasingly less effective against them, just because of the range damage versus melee damage or melee attacks. Rather, the Hydras scale much better going into the mid game. And I mean, Bisu looks like he's going to try and pressure a little bit and make something happen. I think it might have been better in this game. See, right now he's keeping his Corsairs with his Zealots, but I don't know, maybe he could have sent the Corsairs to the main to distract the Hydralisks and then sent all the Zealots in to snipe that hatchery or something. I don't know, but then I think he would have got his Zealots caught anyway and lost them, so maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. He is, however, expanding to the 9 o'clock while putting on this pressure, and this is a good move. See, instead of being super defensive and turtly, he's actually kind of defending by putting on pressure. Best defense is a good offense, as they say. So keeping Crazy-Hydra on the defensive with all these speedlots roaming around the map is allowing him to safely take that 3rd base. And it looks like he is actually... Oh! Nice little lurker egg block there. Very, very cute move. Buying some more time for those Hydras to come in and reinforce. But look at this! Look at this! The Corsairs going to work on the Overlords. Going to kill a lot of Overlords here. And Zealots moving into the middle only there to harass. This is the multitask that Bisu is known for. Going to snipe down a Spore Colony. Not the biggest deal, but... oh... No, the Zealots have to back up here. See, there's too many Hydras here for Bisu to engage this straight up with just Zealots. And of course his Lurker's on the way now as well. But doing these kinds of multi-pronged attacks is very, very effective, of course. That base is going to be very hard for him to attack, though, with a Spore Colony and a couple of Lurkers at the top of the Narrow Ramp. Crazy-Hydra, I think, is still in decent shape. And actually, if you look at the supplies, Crazy-Hydra's caught up in supply now. He's at 99 supply against 110. Basically like a 10 supply difference between the players, when really the Protoss should be a little bit further ahead in supply at this point in the game. But it looks like Bisu is going to move out here. He's going to try and make something happen, and he does have that 3 o'clock base. So, even though Crazy-Hydra's up a base, it's still 3 gas against 3 gas. So Bisu's definitely in pretty decent shape. He's got a couple of Zealots there. I like this move. I think Protoss should always do this. They don't always do it, even in pro games, but I don't really see a good reason. Just, have the cannons at the base, but also leave, if there's a narrow ramp, leave 2 Zealots blocking it. Because, oftentimes you have spare Zealots anyway. Like in a big engagement, the Zealots aren't really your key unit. The Dragoons and the Templar are far more important than a few Zealots. So I think it's much better to leave 2 Zealots at a base, just to block that ramp, just to deny any huge counterattacks and whatnot. So even if you have 12 cannons there, like a control group of Speedlings, if they just run in, they can actually just kill 3 cannons. So it doesn't actually take a huge investment for the Zerg. Whoa! Completely missed Storm there. Good dodge though from Crazy-Hydra. I think it's partially preemptive there. It's a little bit too early to use that Storm when there's actually not that much going on. It's so much easier to Storm dodge when you don't have to micro a million other things. Meanwhile, the Hive is actually up already. The final round on the way, as you can see. And I mean, once those defiles get out, it's gonna be very nice for Crazy-Hydra. Crazy-Hydra looks like he went for a pretty fast Hive here. Didn't really stick around in the mid game too long. Didn't go for any huge Hydra lurker attacks. Just like got enough Hydras, got enough lurkers to hold off Bisu's aggression, and went straight for that Hive tech. So Bisu's like, oh well, if you're gonna be super defensive, I'm just gonna expand again, and he's taking his mineral only now. And that's actually the absolutely correct decision to make. A lot of Protosses will be over aggressive, try and break down the Zerg, but why not just expand? Protoss expansions are better than Zerg expansions. If you're on even bases with the Zerg, then you're winning the game. So, well, usually you're winning the game. So yeah, I think it's a good move. But it looks like we're gonna have a big engagement here. Oh, he stormed his own observer though. I think that was partially targeted by the Hydras, but it also got caught in the edge of the storm. He does have another observer with the army though, but he is gonna back up a little bit here, try and get a slightly better position. And he's kind of, causing these Zerg units to move into a funnel. Another storm goes down, but doesn't really hit anything. Actually hits the Corsairs a little bit. Oh, Ling's actually coming in from all sides, though. Nice little Lynx around. The Hydra's coming in from the back, but a good storm on those Hydras. It looks like Bisu will take the engagement. Maybe. No, he's actually run out of storms here. Now he's got one more storm on the Zerglings, but a lot of Zerglings flooding out here for Crazy-Hydra. Does he have adrenal glands? It looks like he might. Yeah, he definitely has adrenal glands. And with only Dragoons there, Bisu looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. He really needs those storms to deal with the Zerglings. Cannot just do it with Dragoons alone. But Bisu's army getting completely pushed back here, getting torn down to only a handful of Dragoons. Crazy-Hydra holding on like a boss, and the thing is, he lost mostly just Zerglings and Hydras in that fight. A handful of Lurkers came in as well, but those are very, very cheap units. He doesn't have to worry too much about losing those. Trading those away for the much more expensive Protoss units is a pretty good idea. And man, it is so hard to see Lurkers on this map, on this tile set. Like even with detection, you just like can't physically see the burrowed units. So I really don't like these Ashwell tile sets. It's just impossible to see stuff, or burrowed stuff, I guess. Anyway, looks like Bisu actually going to counterattack now to the 3 o'clock, and actually I don't know where the Lurkers went there. Oh man, he should have had Sunken Sport Lurker. Oh, the Scourge! Why are you so dumb? He's gonna get one observer, doesn't get the other one though, and the Defiler's there, but it's not doing anything. I don't know what just happened there. And actually, Crazy-Hydra, where's his army? What is he doing? The army's not even moving. Looks like he's gonna counterattack Bisu's 9 o'clock base. He's got a bunch of units just chilling as natural. Crazy-Hydra's gonna sack this base, but Bisu already has units at the 9 o'clock. I don't know why Crazy-Hydra decided to do this. Zerg, his army wasn't that far out of position, and Zerg units are pretty damn fast. I don't know why he thought he needed to just sack the base and go counterattack here. I mean, I did say that Protoss bases are better than Zerg bases, so in that regard, it kind of makes sense to trade bases with a Protoss, but still, I'm pretty sure he could have just saved that Exo and also done a counterattack if he really wanted to. But, I mean, at least he will get this base. I thought he might not even get this base because there were all those Zealots just chilling there. But it looks like it'll be fine. Ooh, doing a cute little Lurker egg ramp block as well, just to stop the reinforcements from coming in. And actually, he's going to catch a lot of the Protoss forces here as Bisu tries to defend. Bisu running into a bad engagement there, running into a horrible position for his army, with Lurkers under Dark Swarm on a ramp, and actually just suiciding a lot of units to try and hold this base. Now he's coming out with a lot of High Templar, but he's going to lose his base in addition to all those units. But oh, a good storm taking down those Lurkers. Looks like Crazy-Hydra is going to target down this Nexus. Will he get the Nexus? It's going to be very, very close here. The Nexus, will it fall? A storm to keep it alive, and the Nexus survives! Bisu keeps the Nexus alive with 74 HP. Crazy-Hydra's flooding out more units, but that is a huge win for Bisu. He even risked storming his own probes just to keep that Nexus alive, and it worked, and I think it was worth it. The thing is, he's only got High Templar now. Where is his ground forces? Where's the meat of the army, man? He's making Archons. There's a bunch of Zealots flooding out. Lings, though, gonna go counterattack into this base. Those Crackings, man, they will kill those cannons so fast. Bisu is not out of the woods yet. It looks like he's actually going for the pylon here, trying to unpower it. I think that's a mistake. I think he should have just attacked the cannons, to be honest. Probably would have actually just taken it down, but it looks like that counterattack's not working, and Bisu is taking control of the game. Bisu is taking him down. Bisu needs to stop storming his own observers. But wow. Both attacks fizzle out. Holding off on the 9 o'clock, but no, it looks like the pylon did go down after all, so the crack thing's going to go to work on the cannons, on the probes. He should right-click the Nexus now. Actually, I don't think he'd get it anyway. There's some Zealots moving in. So, oh, he's going to snipe some High Templar though! Oh, he gets 2 High Templar! That's so huge! Oh my god! He used like 6, he only had 6 Lings there, and he got both High Templar. That's a mistake by Bisu to have just A-moved those High Templar over there. but Crazy-Hydra was not letting up. Crazy-Hydra, while this was going on, by the way, took the other mineral only at the bottom, and I think that's why he's making so many lings. Nice Plague, but it hits mostly Archons. But yeah, Crazy-Hydra's got a lot of mineral income, but no gas. He needs that gas. He's not able to make, these nice expensive units. And Bisu coming out with Dark Templar. Dark Templar don't care about Dark Swarm. Oh man, they're just gonna annihilate everything under those swarms. And Crazy-Hydra is just falling to pieces right here. He's not even mining from this base. He's down to 67 supply against 107. Bisu with a significant supply advantage right now. Looks like an Ultras Cavern though is going down at that mineral only. But I don't know how he's gonna have the gas to really afford Ultras on only 2 gas. It's like he needs another gas base right now. He's continuing to be aggressive with these lings, but Storm! Oh god, Storm is a pretty good spell, ladies and gentlemen. In case you didn't know, High Templars are pretty good, and that Nexus must be driving Crazy-Hydra crazy right now. Oh, could you imagine? If he had actually killed that, this game would look entirely different. Because that's Bisu's 3rd gas right now. So without that gas, like, Bisu's army would be a lot more Zealot heavy, and those Lurkers and Lings could do a lot more damage. Because Cracklings are like, a lot more cost effective than just Zealots in the late game. They scale a lot better, but... Well, it looks like this small force is going to get taken down. He's going to at least let Bisu scout out of the space. And now he's going to send the rest of his army down to deal with it. And Crazy-Hydra really doesn't have that much stuff. He just doesn't have anything. Oh, he's got 2 Lurkers there. He needs the buffer for the Lurkers. Ah! He storms the Observer and storms his own Zealots. It looks like Crazy-Hydra is going to retreat. I think he's going to abandon this base. He has taken the bottom left main, but that's scouted as well. No chance, Crazy-Hydra. No chance. So, yeah. As you can see, Corso sees it. Zealot's going to be sent down to take it down. And Bisu is in a pretty commanding lead right now. He's on 4 base against the Zerg's 3. Or I guess to be fair, his main's mined out. Plague on the units. A better Plague this time, catching a number of Zealots. Really, you want to be plaguing the Zealots at this point. Because the Zealots are going to be the tanks for the army. The Zealots want to be in front, tanking damage, while the Archons do a bunch of damage from behind. And also, getting the storms off. So if you plague those down, it's very, very helpful. But as it stands, I don't think Crazy-Hydra can actually hold on to this mineral only anymore. Bisu's just flooding in more and more units. He's microing like 5 Hydras here as if he can, win against that many units. It's 54 supply against 124. Oh, maybe he's buying time for Ultras? He thinks, well, cows are pretty good. If I can just get like 3 Ultras out, I'll be good to go. Those might actually be 3 Ultras in those eggs. They're taking a wall to pop. But, I mean, Bisu's adding on a lot of Archons as well. He's completely prepared for this. Zealot Archon pretty good. No, they were just Zerglings. Alright. So, Crazy-Hydra's going to hold on to this base. He has taken the 3 o'clock. His bottom left base, I think. Actually, it looks like the hatchery died just as a few Lings popped to kill the Zealot. I think that's just what happened there. I'm trying to just guess from the minimap. And, I mean, both players actually running low on resources in their mains and naturals. Bisu's completely mined out his main and natural, but of course he has his mineral only and that 9 o'clock base as well. And more importantly, he's got a big-ass army. But that Zealot Archon composition obviously not ideal when there's still Lurkers on the field. It's a late game composition where the Zerg transitions out of Lurkers and goes into Ultra Ling or Hydro Ling Defiler and doesn't get that many Lurkers. But if there's still a few Lurkers out, it's a little bit, you gotta be a little bit careful with this mass Zealot force, especially if you get plagued a couple of times. Anyway, I really wish Crazy-Hydra would do just a snipe on that Nexus. Like, those Lings going to the mineral only, I don't know why they're going there and not to the 9 o'clock. Maybe he assumes that there's a lot more defense at the 9 o'clock, because it is more vulnerable. But, like, this attack isn't really going to do too much, I don't think. Well, I mean, Cracklings are pretty good. Alright, Cracklings are pretty damn good, but... Anyway, 9 o'clock is going to get denied. Crazy-Hydra getting really low on resources. Man, look at that, those Zerglings, man. They are freaking amazing. Those 3-2 Zerglings. So, well, Crazy-Hydra now going to retake that mineral only at the 6 o'clock. Looks like those Lings at Bisu's mineral only did get cleaned up. And Crazy-Hydra is going to rely on Lurkers and Defilers to try and hold on to these bases. And, oh my god, he plagued his own Defiler! What the hell? He got a bunch of Zealots as well, but this might actually be the first time I've ever seen a plague Defiler. Wow, because when a Defiler plagues something, it can't hit itself, so it needs another Defiler to plague it. I've seen Defilers consume each other before, but just for whatever reason, I don't think I've ever seen a plague Defiler. Huh, that's really interesting, now that I think about it. Anyway, Bisu's now rolling into the natural. Crazy-Hydra He's on his last legs. He needs another swarm. He needs to keep those lurkers alive. He does get the swarm down, and that's going to be really crucial because even though the Zealots do full damage under swarm, the Archons don't. And as I said before, you know, the Zealots aren't really primary damage dealers in this composition. The Archons are. But, oh man, he had to pull his units out of position. Crazy-Hydra, he's going to lose this mineral only. Is he going to load up the drones? He's going to load up the drones to keep them alive, but now he's going to lose his Ultra's Cavern. Funny thing is, I don't think he's made a single Ultra this game, has he? I can't recall seeing an Ultra anywhere. But maybe I'm just Jaehoon. Anyway, Crazy-Hydra, you can see on his face, he knows. He's down to just the other mineral only, I mean. Bisu just very calm, collected. He's taken the other 12 o'clock base. He's in fantastic position right now. You know, even if he loses a bunch of Zealots to Lurkers, it doesn't really matter. He's got 2 mineral onlys. He's gonna mass pump those Zealots. And I mean, Crazy-Hydra, he's making a game out of it. He's doing a good job. You know, forcing a cancel on this base. It's just, you know, he's a little bit too far behind. I mean, he's making a valiant effort, I gotta say. If he does come back in this game, this will be like comeback of the century, or maybe not quite. It'll still be a pretty epic comeback though. Comeback of the century is probably Jangbi versus Zero, game 4. And I don't even know if that's necessarily fair to say it's a comeback. That was just like, hey, Zero suicided his stuff and I attacked. I guess I won. Woo! Anyway, for some reason there's just no units here. And by for some reason I mean it's probably because Crazy-Hydra has no money. He's down to 45 supply now. I don't know what that 45 supply is in either. Does he just have a lot of drones? He has too many drones. Yeah, Drone Link versus Archon. That makes sense. Crazy-Hydra, he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave. That's alright, you lost to Bisu, man. He's like one of the best PvZers ever. GG from Crazy-Hydra. And SKT will take the Broodor best of 3. Rocker guy is amused. He's happy. He's an SKT fan. He's one of those people. Yeah. And we will move on to the StarCraft 2 games right after this. Now, the cool thing is that SKT have been doing pretty horribly at StarCraft 2. Well, actually, I have both Broodor and StarCraft 2, but StarCraft 2 they have Sun, who's pretty good, and then like that's about it. Is JYJ on SKT? I don't know. They sent him a couple of times. But he's not.